So the question about why employee experience and why now is an important one, especially for Australia. And in the PwC Global Survey recently, 93% of CEOs said that they were looking to organic growth as their source of growth for the coming years. And that means that they are looking more now to their people to help them solve their business problems and also use their creativity and discretionary effort to help them achieve those business outcomes. The other thing is that Australia as a country really needs to unlock this creativity of its people to be able to compete with some of the nations that are really investing in this. And again, you know, if we look to our workforce, in the way that they work day to day, it's going to be critical to that and the experiences that they get from it. So it feels like a very abstract context, but I think the way we're describing it's really important because we're talking to the shift in power in the employer equation today, and that is that now we have to treat our employees as consumers of our organisation. That means they consume the strategy, the brand, the tools, the processes that they use. And if the experiences we create for them in that consumption are not what they want, they will choose to either start up their own businesses if you're a millennial, or they'll go and work somewhere else, because the choice that they have now is making the talent acquisition challenge for us much harder. So let's get practical about where an organisation can start on employee experience. It's a bit like the transport system. You can't design a transport system. You've got to break it down to its component parts. So we've taken that to give a framework for how we do that, recognising that you can't just name an experience that someone else has done. It's got to be unique to the relationship that you have with your workforce. There are three components of it: context, capabilities and interactions. And for each of them, they interact around the problem you're trying to solve. So for example, you need a new talent acquisition strategy, or you need to improve the performance of your sales team. First of all, you need to understand, all using an experience lens, what is the context in which that problem needs to be solved? What are the capabilities, the skills, the tools, the ways of working that we bring into that equation? And then lastly, what are the processes, interactions, formal and informal, that are going to support the achievement of that outcome? And once you have that, you can then design and solve that problem with an experience lens. The alignment of employee experience and design thinking is a really exciting one. As you know, design thinking is all about how you engage the people closest to the problem to help you solve it. And so the time of consulting firms coming in and going away in a dark room and doing a big reveal at the end are over. Your people, again, as consumers of your organisation, want to be involved in solving the problems for you. And so getting them engaged, design thinking is a great methodology to ensure that you design the thing right, as well as design the right thing. The place of creativity in the future of the workforce is absolutely critical. If you go back to the economic argument that Australia needs to, if you want to say, unlock one of its laziest assets on its balance sheet, its people, often as a result of very traditional ways of describing and putting people into boxes in their roles, we have to unlock that creativity to be applied to help us solve business problems. Today, many of our workforce have got businesses on the side where they're channeling all that creativity, and then they come in and just mechanically do our job. That's not a sustainable situation for Australia. Australia needs to bring that creativity and create environments through the capabilities, the tools they'll use, the interactions, all of which are going to enable people to use their own judgment, apply their thinking innovatively to the problems that they see day to day in their work. So that one of the problems that Australia has, and there's an interesting, again, the CEO survey, there's a bit of a conundrum here. So Australia's overall GDP growth is going down, so that's a problem. You combine that with some of the issues that we have around the capabilities of our senior leaders. There's a brilliant longitudinal study from AIM that have said that, according to global standards, Australian leaders are best at governance, risk and finance. And in the areas of people, vision, strategy and innovation, they're really falling behind. So you combine the economic situation with the potential of leaders, and then think about how you've got to try and compete with other countries who are all investing in this, then it really is really important to do now.